Alrighty. Just make sure my audio's not blaring through the telly. I have the stream open on my other computer. There. So, good news. We have a new theme. I have figured out how to theme. So it's theming while I was doing this. This is the one I'm using. One of the other ones I like to use. Like this one. I'm using the other one. I like it better, but I do like this one when I'm feeling in a game mood. I don't want to look at the normal colors. And then this one, I'm not going to be using this, but this one is my severe migraine mood, where I just want to look at high contrast colors and ouch. And let me switch back to this one because I kind of prefer it. I have the softer one for when I want it softer, and then this one for this one. Okay, so we're doing coding today. I will be getting my food in like 10-15 minutes. Other than that, I'm relaxing. Okay, we're refining the game because there's a lot of crap I need to fix that we don't really need to do things and stuff for. So the first thing I want to peek into, I don't know if I've shown this, but we have the signal bus. I have made things since then. Now I want to improve these. I don't really know. So I've made the bootstrapper here. So I took all the bootstrapping stuff out of the base game and yeah, improved this. So like the game container is separate from the bootstrapper. Yeah, everything up to here in the game container I put it into. Perfect, because I can kind of see it on the stream, and I have good vision, and you guys probably can't. So yeah, we need to deal with the signal bus. I want to have. Where does the signal bus get created? Start at the bootstrapper. Signal bus gets created last, which means we can pass in a logger. Yeah, we can pass in a logger, but it would never get updated. Where does it get passed in the game? Where do we do it after? Like, immediately. We do it like immediately. What about the register cache? That's like immediately after the signals. Okay. Register cache. I think we just straight up just add it. Yeah, this is just straight up a. We can pass the logger from this out. This doesn't get remade. My problem is I want to get a logger into the registers for things. So like this register here, I want to pass in a logger because right now I'm pulling it out of a logger factory, but I do that. I also want to get this on like a more fundamental. See, my problem is I wanted to organize these. Like if we're gonna have things up here, so I'm just gonna get at the edge of config. Well, for now, I'm gonna get to the main problems. Also, real quick, for anyone who hasn't seen the little video I posted. Also, for anyone who hasn't seen the stream layout. So speaking of app open. We have maps loading. Now, I have not done any really good mapping yet, but we have the tiled maps. We have them functioning. I haven't really worked on the map, but these are seamless, and I'm going to have to integrate this with multiplayer. The seamless world mapping service is kind of starting. And also on the screen, I've got a layout kind of sort of working. So we can actually just see the debug going on now. Game clips into the console level. Alright, so what I wanted to work on today is I wanted to start with some of these services here. I wanted to fire events off when these are made, not like always on initially. So also means I should probably find this, like, oh, we have to do straight up action manager. It's like I want to get the initialized stuff. But this isn't even doing anything. Let's look at one of the more offensive, like, defendings. Like this here, this we don't really need this. So this here, what we can do instead. Go to a regular constructor. I'm going to do it instead. And then, actually, we're going to do this in the right order. We just make some events here. Look, record. No, I don't want that though. That's fine. Look, we want this. And then public class that. On this here. Manager. Here. First of all, we need to inject the signal bus. Signal bus. Store that. Nice. That. Then we do this signal bus. Where are you? That needs to inherit IC. Do anything, but it needs to inherit it. Okay. And then I'm going to just copy this again. We're going to make this. Yeah, so we do the ready, and then I'll do the So this will fire off, meaning it's ready for consumption. This will fire off, meaning it's like we've done the configuration. The references will stay the same. And yeah, anyway. Be up there. Because I want this in its own function, actually. I'll actually move this. That. This. This. Yeah, except we need to that. So this, once we get configuration reloading, so like we want to be able to call this anyway, because like we don't want to call this again, because if we call this, it will shish kebab. If we call this again, it will shish kebab. Like if we reinitialize the graphic device, the game's going to shish kebab, and we don't want that. We want to load this. So this here is just configuration. Yeah. Might improve this later, but we do want to separate this from the constructor. We want to be able to call this, and eventually get around to setting up these signals for configuration. We want to on config reload in the configuration we want to run this again. We don't want to run this. So that's a little bit of optimization. But the main thing I need is this here. Block body. This plus it and now we don't need to worry about load order for initialize it. So the big problem I was having is we're having to worry about load order for things. For example, this right here. This was consuming the graphics device, but it had to be consumed in a thing, so I don't even really need this anymore. I will deal with logic for this. I will deal with logic ordering for a lot of this stuff later, but alright. This here, we can get rid of this constant now. Yeah, we can get rid of this. I don't want the graphics device to load. That needs, the graphics device needs to be called, hard called, but because we don't need to call this anymore, so we can get rid of this. We still need pre-draw, post-draw actions. What I can do is I can switch this back to default now. And then on this, we can get rid of this. And then I need to make a signals class or something to let the game know to instantiate the services. But that was separate. Okay. Let me inject the service bus. What's the signal bus? Signal bus. No. You had it right the first time. There you go. Okay, let me create a constructor out of this. A regular constructor for this. We'll do this. Let's connect. be. Can I put on the interface? Oh wait. I put these on the interface actually. That. Mission. This let me do this because I'd like to put it on the interface because it's going to be on the interface of these signals are going to be yes. Okay, so now if I go here and I get rid of the graphics. Okay, so now we don't need to worry about race conditions with this because the sprite batch will be waiting for this. I want to do this, .connect, plus connect, graphics. Stop trying to autofill for 2 seconds. Graphics is ready. This on graphics. Bracket refactoring. Fine, I will do it myself. Protected redo. That. Instead of racing the graphics device in the initialize actions registrar thing, we could just do this. This will still get initialized, but if I run this now, we should still be working. It should just be working via the inputs. So I could get rid of the initialize action completely and just have the proper workflow. I could just emit a signal on the mono game thing, but yeah, if we look on the thing. Yeah. Okay, I need to improve the logging on that, but need to improve the logging a bit, but yeah, that works. We're getting our sprite batch, and we're getting our map rendering working exactly the way it was. Map render is its own thing, but get to that in a second. But yeah, we even have our signal emitted. So signal emits, and then it sets it up. Actually, just improve this. This. Or no, we don't. Inject a logger because I'd be doing a find logger. Straight. And then we just put that. Mention. So now if I actually hook this in, and the problem is I don't want to really like fire the event bus further. So anyway, As you can see, we are hooking in when it loads, and then graphics device ready emitted. It should be admitting others. Why is it not admitting? Oh, because there's no connection. So even if there's nothing subscribed, so it won't emit. I might want to figure that out. Anyway, let's undo all of that. For now, again, a lot of this coding is like hard to refine. Now let's just put this back. Okay, so you get the concept of what I want to do. So we need to go through the services and deal with. Okay, this we don't need to worry about config reload because this every frame. Actually, yes, we need to improve this because this is actually that's the improvement. So I need to get config reload working for this. But I need to work on some. Okay, so that's like the main thing I want to get done, but I want to do it for like. So I need to go in here. Do the same. I need to do it on. Let us go through this mission. Class. Window. Ready. Window. Signal. And then in the window class. Dude, this is this. Let me just class configured. And then here I want to do this. I need to pull this. So I need to actually switch to, and let me make this signal bus, protected read only, that, thank you. I want to do this here. No. And yeah, actually, this. Maybe change the workflow. This window. Oh. I'll have to move this to. Okay, I need to go get my food real quick, but you get the general gist. I'm gonna mute my audio real quick. And we'll be right back. All right. This is the problem here. Literally. Just a mess. I need to fix it. Game. Okay, so in theory, this should work. Not the idea I'm trying to get across what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to decouple things. Okay, that worked. And nothing's listening to that right now, so we're not going to get any. I'm not going to show the message, even though it's emitting those. There's no subscribers, so it's not going to do anything. I might tweak it. I might tweak it so it emits the log message at the very least, so we can see that it's firing. I don't know. I'm not even going to be keeping those debug logs on, especially the emit ones, because when we start getting signals in the game loop, that's going to flood the logs. I'm just using it right now. It works. So, cool. Now that we have the Windows service unified, now this here, all of this, structure. this. Oh, we don't have a signal. Hold up. Let me get the signal. Bus. That's that. Silicone. Vector. Disruptor. This signal bus connect. Windows service. Ready, except don't want to do that. This window ready. To virtual void. Ready. Doing that, I want window. What is that? Ain't that thing? What is that thing? That thing is no longer in game window. Game window. No. Then we just this. Copy that. Ah! See, this is where we're gonna have fun. Now we get to the fun part. Alright, so what we're going to do instead of these is we're going to change this to on camera. Get rid of those. This signal bus connect. Make graphics service. Ready. This graphics on that because I can't spell that word today. Alright, so what we're going to do instead, I'm not going to inject all this. Like, we don't need the Windows. So let's get rid of this completely. Protected graphics device. Graphics device. Game window. Window. Don't need that. What we need for this here is we need to do this, and we also need to add some logic. If graphics device is okay, we don't actually want to accept it. We just want to silently leave. Actually, you know what? Let's just not even do a guard clause there. Let's just put this in there and invert that. Okay, hold on. That. No, put that back. No, hang on. Undo. Okay. Put the code there. Right click. Invert if, puts it there. Okay. Okay, so that's good. So the only thing we need to do is we need to hook up those two signals. We don't even need this anymore. Okay, this is where I'm going to have a problem. Because now nothing is going to call this. Like, the game is not going to call this and get it, like, it's not, the DI container is not going to instantiate this. And if it does, it's because something else was in action. So this is the main problem I was trying to figure out earlier. However, if okay, so let's finish wiring this up real quick. Because, yeah, we don't need these anymore. This property can actually just go... I will fix the other classes too. But, so we can put the camera up there. Okay, so let's figure this. Let's do this here. So let's do protected virtual void. Graphics ready. We'll do that. Protected virtual void on window ready. So both of these are going to call on initialized camera. However, this will not run until both are ready. So it doesn't matter if this gets done first, this gets done second. So we want to grab this, and then when we have both, this will be allowed to do its thing. Then I obviously want to install a signal for the camera being ready, but we'll get to that in a second. By a second, I mean a literal second. Public record class camera ready. That. Well, you know what? Those are ideas for later. Good. This signal bus emit. That. Where we? That's not an IC. Definition. Signal. Better now, better now. Okay, so my problem is this might work because I'm pretty sure there's something. Yeah, the world mapping service has its own actions and it'll be fine, but I need to fix that because we stop injecting things that aren't called until after the fact. But right now, we're good. Graphics face ready, window ready. I'm going to improve the logging. Like I said, I'm probably not even going to keep these. Mostly for temporary needs. Okay, so in the interface here, we have that marker signal thing. I need to add another marker interface. I has signals. This is just going to be an empty interface. We're gonna do this because what we're gonna do is we're gonna do dirty hacks. We're gonna do this. We're gonna have this I has signals. I kind of want, because of how inheritance works, I kind of want to change it. I have signals, but no, it's has. My brain is like, oh, the camera service is a thing. That means it is have signals, not has signals in language. So now we can. We're not doing it right now, but we can add a. Also, let's actually just change this. No. Let's just leave that for now. I was trying to say I consume the signals, but no. The main thing I need, I need this constructor to basically always be called, so. What we're going to do is we're going to sorry, I'm like really hungry. Also, I need to take my medication real quick. I have new medications. Let's see how bad I. It's new meds. Okay. There's what I know. Taking. Let's just inject this in here. Plus. Class. That. No, we don't actually. Hang on, wrong function. Emit. That. And I can't make it up. I might get rid of that, but we'll see. I might get rid of the thing. Yeah. No. Okay. We've got that hooked up. The only thing we have is that dangling camera that I need to add a thing for. I don't know if a thing? Oh wow. Yeah, here. I need to do this. So I need to inject. I need to make. I'm gonna make a thing for this later, but I don't even really need this. I need to inject I enumerable. I has signals. And then I really actually don't care about that, so we're just going to discard it. The thing is, I needed to inject it. I don't need to store it, I just need to inject it. So I'm going to make a... I'm going to make a thing later for that, but right now we just need to inject it. That is to make sure that the constructors fire before, like, this constructor fires, because once this starts creating things, we need to worry. Like, the problem is, if nothing consumes the camera service, which is impossible right now because stuff does, if nothing consumes the camera service till here, it's not going to register these until after these events are fired. So, like, these only fire once in the game loop. So load content, initialize. These two events fire on initialize. So if, like, something doesn't load the camera until here, the eye won't load it. So yeah, for now we're just going to do a dirty hack. I'm just going to give it a marker interface and slap it in there. This will force the eye to load it. I was just double checking. I was gonna say provided my thing does that, but anyway. That is the main, like, kerfufflery I want to get done. I'm gonna be doing this across the whole project, you know, things, but I had a couple other to work on. I had a couple of other things I wanted to work on. I didn't really have much to do today other than just mass refactoring. Now, I want to go here. Let's go down here. Reoria, data. Services. I don't know if I'm going to be coding too much today. My typing isn't really atrocious. And I'm going to start doing a new code pattern I wanted to do, but I'm not going to refactor it. Add item. Okay, so I wanted to add eye timing service. Add item timing service. Now this is going to be quote unquote a service. This is going to be quote unquote more something I just heard initialize. Let's do protected read-only. Protected read-only. Current dictionary string stopwatch. Better name. Better name. Better name. You know what? Things. What's that? Lock. Now, protected watch. Except I don't want to do that there. Actually, it's new. Okay. Let's just go with these timers. So I want that, but I want to do add braces. Telecode, can you please put braces with me? Fix formatting. Actually, okay. That's one. These two. My only concern is okay, start to resume, so it doesn't restart. Okay. What I want to do here is I want to have it work. Okay, first of all, I want that, yes. But I actually wanted a... I did in fact want this. Yes, let's put that up there. Now we can check how long the game is running, but no, more importantly, wanted... Yes, okay, so yeah, if we do .end timer, like when we're done with it, so like, for example, the bootstrapper, once we're done bootstrapping, we don't need to keep the bootstrapper loading. Anyway, let's pull these up. that. Where did... No, undo. Actions and factories. Oh, that's not an interface. Shit, I forgot to take. That's my. Okay, that's my bad. That's my bad. Oops. I forgot to set. Oopsie. Now let's try that. Okay. That just like flow this there. Okay, and then I'll document this in a second, but like I want to implement this on the bootstrapper. Find the bootstrapper. Where is the bootstrapper? Under engine. Type. Service. So why did it do that? Okay, maybe we're not doing that there. Because, yeah, I want to... Okay, well, you know what? Fine, hang on. Name the service. No. Yeah, I know XerShade. Yeah, I'm not gonna count the bootstrapper into that. Ooh, hang on. Can we pass the bootstrapper into that? I want to pass the bootstrapper stopwatch in. Yeah, okay. Cool. Hang on. Now let me do... public virtual. I was not making all my stuff. Start. Is there a way? No, okay, so we're not, okay, never mind, we're not putting the bootstrapper time in. I'm gonna improve this more too, but yeah, so now we can actually just do timing. This is gonna be important because I'm going to want to make a logic thing here, but I'm going to... Yeah. Okay, so we have this for when we need it. Again, I need to go through this and... Like, I refracted this a lot, but I need to go... I need to just go through it again and do it. Ow! That hurt. Okay, let's actually just cut. I guess I'm just gonna do it. Okay. That. Neat. Now we just come up here. If you do inherit doc, I can just... Why not? Why is that not working? Color code? Let's just go for that station and one until. Okay. I'm just gonna... I'm losing the ability to type. I'm gonna leave that like that. I'm gonna leave that there. I don't need that, but I'm gonna do that just to be done. Now we've got that. It's like, if I could do it, like, if I wasn't going to lose time on tracking the bootstrapper, this would be the perfect use for end timer, because, yeah, we would do, like, timing service end timer. So, like, in the bootstrapper here, if I wasn't going to, like, if I didn't need to initialize this above... Actually, you know what? We could actually do this. Hang on. Yeah, hang on. I know what I'm doing now. Hang on. Check to... Actually, no. I'm just not going to do that because I want to be able to switch it out. Also, why are these not keyed? Okay. So yeah, we're just going to do that. Because yeah, I want to do that there, but I also want to be able to switch it in. So we're just going to do a basic stopwatch here. Just do a basic stopwatch for the bootstrapper. But yeah, end timer would be perfect. End timer would be perfect if we had that. Anyway, I need to go to where I'm setting up my container. You know what? I'm just gonna leave it like. Now I need this here because we're going to be using this for a logic process. Make sure this runs. should run. This is literally just a collection. No? Why no? Ah, because I need to update this. I might make some records. That's See, I initially was doing this because I kind of liked seeing the workflow of like going from variables. So, like, we're going signal bus here, then we have this, and then see now we can see we can get back. For me, it's a visualize. It might be annoying for code maintainability and bad, but like I probably should just reference them. But like this way, I can tell what is getting injected because like that way down here, I don't have to figure out in this function what timing service is getting injected. I just have to look at it up here, and this would also let me switch mock behavior. So yeah, I don't know. I just like what I'm doing here better. But anyway, now that we have fixed that, let's try that again. Okay, we're not doing anything with that timing service, but I added it because stuff on that map. Right. The timing service is going to be better for like things in here. So if I just add, okay, we'll go to my website. I want to add. Not actually going to here add services. I'll comment on that if you agree. Okay, I'm gonna make a temporary file. Let's add new item. Whatever, I don't care what it's called. I'm deleting it in 10 seconds. Okay, so I'm pulling this off my blog. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to add. I'm going to put this in a logic like project at some point, but I'm just going to put it here now, and then we're going to add. Actually, let's just put it in here. Add new folder. Oh, that's not good. Blah. Okay. Random namespace. Haha. No, it is not going to. The problem I was about to have is that was about to be in the namespace I was about to create. Anyway, world time system. Okay. So yeah, let's actually do that. Actually, let's do it properly. Add. No, I'm gonna do constants. I don't think I really need to nest it that deep, but whatever. Anyway, I want these. First of all, I want these in there. Oh. That's why they're in their own files, right? Okay, never mind, we can't do that, right? That would be why they're in their own files. Alright, let me just, why they're in their own files, because the constants have to go in the root namespace. Okay, actually, I want to. Okay, that's done. We got the constants. Yay. Go away. Okay, now I need to inject the signal. So I update system. So I need to inject the signal bus. Ow. Okay. That. So. Public. Need that. What we need is we need the update. No, we do need the initialize function for some unknown reason. Oh, that's why I was tracking that for. Okay. We're doing ticks for the days. That's fine, we can do that. What I need to do is I need to get this dispose function. Do we have disposable in this? Yes. Neat. Okay. I don't think I need a hard type. I'm just gonna do it anyway, just in case I change, just in case I somehow decide to change it. And for consistency. Fun part. I am literally just this code. I'm just going to do this. And I just realized that we're not actually using the timing service I literally just spent I don't know how long making. Might implement the game time into the timing service, but eh. What did I just have? Yeah, undo. On update, okay. And if I appear up here, public. Okay, cool. So I can just do. Our so the reason this is nice for the ECS is this will basically listen to the game world. Sorry, my brain is not braining. This will listen to the game world and yeah. So basically, when an in-game, this will let us convert real time into in-game time. So like, when an in-game day is supposed to happen, like say there's a function that respawns all the enemies in the town, or like say every in-game day I want a shop to refresh, I can just hook into this signal. Like in the shop system, I can hook into this and then go from there. However, what I do need to do that. Okay, I'm gonna leave world time system there because it's gonna be, yeah, it's just for. Okay. these codes, and I'm going to let him telecode me to them because I... Why is my T not capitalizing? Okay, well this system isn't going to work because I don't even have a game rule, but we have it. We have it for when I want to mess with it. I thought I was going to use the timing service, but I forgot we quite literally have a game time. The timing service, honestly, is probably going to be more used on the server end where I'm going to have to program the game loop, but... No, I'll keep the timing service in there for now. I'll just leave the timing service right now. If it's pointless, I'll get rid of it when I get rid of it. Anyway, there's our world time system, so we don't have a game world like set up yet, but yeah, we don't actually have a world set up yet, but we have a system, so when we do have a world set up, we can track in-game days. I would like to set I'd like to be able to store the day, but that would be adding up. You know what, we'll add that later when it matters. If I ever add an in-game calendar or something, it'll matter, but like... Yeah, that's actually pretty nice. I can start doing logic. I might do some systems and stuff on my own, but like I need to go through and I need to rejig this. This is the map. This is the seamless map loading service. This is jank. I gotta go through and add some stuff to the camera service. I'm kind of doing both on-screen and off-screen coding in, because basically I need to not get depressed because I'm not doing any coding, but then also I get depressed because I can't stream the coding. It is what it is. Public source repo. I'm still gonna do devlogs and stuff, but like I'm not going to do everything on screen. I even really need this. What? You know what? I'm just gonna leave it. I know what I'm gonna need it for. When I start doing performance measuring stuff in like functions like this, like when we start doing like performance diagnostics for like this, I will need it. Yeah, you know what? We do need that. Leave it alone. We're not using it right now. We'll need it eventually. All right. Anyway, I'm going to call that a devlog though for now. I got everything I wanted to get done mainly done, so I'm going to call that a devlog. Hope everyone enjoyed. See you next time. My head hurts. I'm gonna go stick it in some hot water or something. We got our my main goal done. I got a couple, like I got the timing service, the world time thing implemented. I wanted to like get those re-implemented. Then we started like decoupling these and hooking them up to the signal bus. Now the main thing, like I said, is this. We don't want this to be firing through the signal bus all the time, so I do need to add, not this. Right, wrong service. Give you a second. Where is it? It's right, batches. Like this here, actually, I need to actually go through this because like this camera service needs a lot more, because the main problem I'm having, let me just go down here real quick. First, besides the fact that this is completely not the world, like the name yeah. That notwithstanding, like the main jank I need to fix is like this. I need to be able to like pull up to the camera service. The main thing I need to do is this calculation right here. This needs to go on the camera actually itself, and then I need to be able to like hit the bounding rectangle, and then more importantly, what we don't have is this is a fixed size camera right now. If I resize the window, it has no way to update. So yeah, we need to fix that too. But yeah, janky thing notwithstanding, because like I need a helper service or a for now. Yeah, I need like a helper service, but like this here needs to be cached. The beginning and end thing can't really faff with that. Like I wanted it to be extendable, but like, I don't know. I need to do some serious thinking. Because like I'm going through the game container and I've been refactoring the game container, but what I need to do is we have a very, very, extremely very, if I can find it. I'm getting a massive migraine. I don't know if it's my meds or my brain head slide, I'm pretty sure. This here. So like this here, we kind of have a workflow, but like what I wanted to do is I wanted to get the action manager into the common library, which the problem with that is I need to get these mono game things decoupled because the server is going to have its own game loop, and it's also not going to have a graphics device. Whole caveat of shit I gotta do with that, but I gotta program a tool to all of these if I just display capture first. Let me actually, you know what, here, yeah, all of these here, all of these animations, I need to process them into a JSON file because the server can't load XMP files, so I need to process them with my own tool to like generate the size because I'm not using fixed sprite sizes. So like I don't want a big Irish dragon to have a hitbox the size of a dinky little mouse. I mean, it would be fun for game design challenges, but I'm pretty sure if I did that, the player base would hate me. So that's assuming I get a player base. I'm doing this more as like a coping hobby thing, but anyway, yeah. I'm going to call it a dev log thing for now. I do need pepper. I'm going to look into. I don't know if I'm going to stream or record, or even do bother, but yeah, I'm going to look into stuff because. The only way I can think of doing that is if we. Let me do this up here. Create the high timing service. And what I need to do also is, yeah, I need to make that a field. Read only I timing service. No. That equals to service. Static. No. Defines that. Surface. Time span. So I want that to end. That actually is exactly what I had before. It's just actually implemented the way I was trying to implement it before, but I couldn't wrap my head around it. Fast. The fluke, or is my timing source? No, maybe my PC is just being fast. It's because I'm usually when I'm programming, I'm playing games as well. That's what. But that's what I meant to do. And then if anything, use the timing service. Yeah, I'll be implementing more like diagnostic stuff. But we have the timing service. Okay, never mind. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to close down my coding stuff like this. Okay, anyway, yeah, I'm gonna call it a devlog now. I got that quick little last